Greetings, my beautiful family. Welcome to Nanaba's Kitchen. I hope you all are having a great day so far. So we're still in the experimental phase of making banku with mostly vegetables. And when we recently shared our 3 ways of making vegetable banku, there was a comment that was shared that caught my attention. Muniba A stated they made carrot banku, and apologies if I mispronounced your name because the only vegetable they had on hand was carrot at the time. So that inspired me to bring you carrot banku. 2 ways this time, using a gluten-free binder also, all right? Because there was another comment that challenged me to figure out how to make a gluten-free version. So here we start with a gluten-free version. Our gluten-free binder today is brown rice, also known as whole grain rice. I have blended that separately into a powdery consistency, and then I have 300 grams of carrots. Now I'm adding the brown rice, some salt, some water, and the apple cider vinegar to give us that fermentation quality banku is known for. However, it is an optional ingredient. I have also added 300 grams more of carrots and the rest of the blended brown rice. And now I am blending it into a smooth consistency before we cook it. And because we are still experimenting, friends, this is the first time I am making carrot banku. So we are doing this together. You notice I added some more water because the blender blades were having trouble moving. But then I also thought about the fact that rice needs water to cook through. So I needed to add a little more water to get that going. All right. So now that consistency looks great. We're going to pour it out into the pan and set it on the stove. Now, if you really think of this binder, knowing it's brown rice, and if you've ever cooked brown rice before, you know that brown rice needs more water than usual, than regular rice. And it also takes a little longer to cook brown rice comparatively. So therefore, keeping that in mind, I'm going to cook this till the rice is cooked through. Unlike the oatmeal doesn't take long to cook. So with that, once it sets and you get that thick, sticky consistency that banku offers, then you're done. You don't need to cook any further. And you're also able to retain the nutrients in the vegetables that you're using. That was not the case with this. In this instance, it became one of those things where something's got to give, right? So you have to cook a little further and risk losing some of the nutrients the vegetable offers. And in this case, it's quite okay because you'll still get a lot of carotene, which is a nutrient that carrots provides, and it's really good for our health. And not only that, carotene is not that easily destroyed by heat. All right, so I use the steam as you would if you were cooking any rice to cook this through. So once it set and it became thick, I threw the lid on and set the heat on the lowest setting and let it cook for 12 minutes with the steam. And now I know that the rice is cooked through. Now, best practice, if you're not going to eat the banku just yet, then you can wrap it and store it until ready to serve. Today, I'm going to wrap it in the plastic wrapper, and some concerns were raised with that as well, and I totally understand that. I actually agree with that. So what I recommend doing is waiting until your banku is completely cooled down before you wrap it in a plastic wrapper. Otherwise, you can use your preferred wrapper, a safer one, to do so. All right, so here we have it with our gluten-free carrot banku. Our second way of making carrots banku is using the binder that I used in the previous video, and that is oatmeal, which also presents a lot of fiber and roughage in your diet. Great and necessary for your gastrointestinal health. We're using the same supporting ingredients: our salt, our water, the vinegar, and this time I'm using only 300 grams of the carrots. I'm adding 1 cup of the oatmeal, half a cup of water, a pinch of salt, and a couple of splashes of the apple cider vinegar, which, like I stated, is optional. This is still an experiment, friends, so we're all learning as we go. And one thing I learned when I was blending this mixture is that I really should have blended the carrots a little bit, crushed them a little bit first before adding the oatmeal. Because you'll notice later on that there were pieces of carrot in here that were not blended through. All right, so I had to take those out. Something with the texture of oatmeal in combination with the water and the carrots creates sort of a slipperiness that prevented all the carrots from blending smoothly. All right, so I took those out, and because, see that right there, I hope you saw it. So that was taken out at some point. Anyway, that didn't take long to cook. Why? Because it's oatmeal, and oatmeal does not take as long as the brown rice did. All right, so that is definitely an advantage of using oatmeal as your binder. But if you need to use a gluten-free binder, then absolutely go for the brown rice. Another gluten-free binder that you can use, which is healthy, is tapioca, friends. I'm yet to experiment with that, but I'll challenge you right now, friends, to try it. I didn't have tapioca on hand on this day, so that was a bummer. But next time, I will find some tapioca, and we'll see how that goes, friends. So now, that's done with the oatmeal, and you notice there is a slight difference in the color that the oatmeal gave us. And we'll talk about that shortly. But this here is with the brown rice. You notice that the color is a brighter between yellow and orange color. And this binder is excellent, and I love that it's gluten-free. You'll see the texture here shortly. I truly appreciate that this binder serves and caters to those of you who have gluten-free dietary needs. Now here is the one with the oatmeal. See, the color is more like a mustard yellow color. Very interesting, right? You'll be seeing the textures pretty soon, but I really wanted you to notice the slight variation in color. We're serving both with the same soup today, okra, of course. We're serving it with okra, but it's green okra, no palm oil. So while we're waiting to talk about the texture, let's talk really quickly about the taste. We all know carrots are sweet, right? So there was that fear, and I'm talking for myself right now, that the banku was going to end up tasting too sweet, and the sweetness was just going to be way too prominent. But that is not the case. It is a hint of sweetness that's in here. It's not an overpowering sweetness. No, it is actually tasty banku, very tasty. The acidity from the apple cider vinegar really help to balance that sweetness excellently. And you see that texture? That's banku texture right there. I needn't say any more. And this one is with the brown rice, and I really enjoyed this binder as well. So I hope that you're inspired to try this one, and let me know what you think, friends. And my child, Zawadi, really enjoyed this one too. He was not at all concerned about the color. He loved the texture, and it went down well. There were no issues at all. So we were all winners here. Now let's take a look at the oatmeal one. First, the texture. Perfect. Perfect. I love oatmeal as a binder in any vegetable banku or fufu. Yes, and Zawadi loved this one as well. The taste is the same as the one with the brown rice. Friends, I hope that you're inspired. Please give this experiment a try in your own kitchen and also challenge yourself. Use the tapioca and let's see how it goes. That will be my next experiment. I really am grateful for your time today. Please drop a comment. Hope to see you pretty soon on my next one. Make it a great day and have fun, especially in the kitchen. Thank you, beautiful person, for watching the video all the way to the end. Kindly leave me a comment and subscribe down below, and don't forget to share the video as well. Also, watch more videos. It is chop time, and here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair. We are all friends and family here.